Roger Stone, now one of the dirtiest Republican operatives in the whole country, was part of the dirty tricks all the way back for Nixon. He was the guy that organized the Miami-Dade fake mob, the Gucci mob, in the 2000 election. Remember when they stormed office, they were like, no, stop the recount, this is injustice. And they took that famous picture and they numbered all of them and they showed who they were, and they were all Republican operatives, that it wasn't a real Miami crowd that was concerned about justice. It was, who orchestrated that? Roger Stone. He's the one that did a hatchet job on Elliot Spitzer that eventually wound up, revealing some things that led to his resignation. He's the one that had the discredited report about, oh, there's a secret tape of Michelle Obama saying Whitey. Oh, I mean, so this guy's as dirty as it gets. He never apologizes for it. Doesn't apologize for it in this article in the Daily Beast. Says, yeah, and I'd do it again. But he does apparently have a regret. And this is what I find shocking. He regrets that he helped George Bush become president. Listen to this. There have been many times I've regretted it. When I look at those double-page New York Times spreads of all the individual pictures of people who have been killed in Iraq, I got to think, maybe there wouldn't have been a war if I hadn't gone to Miami-Dade. Maybe there hadn't have been, in my view, an unjustified war if Bush hadn't become president. It is very disturbing to me. Well, Mother, you should have thought of that ahead of time when you sent in fake mobs to disrupt our democracy. That didn't occur to you, right? Well, he explains later in the article, he says, well, James Baker asked me and I owed him a lot of political favors, so I came in and did what I had to do. And that's what I do. But he continues, I think across the board, he's led the party to its current position, referring to Bush, which means losing both houses of Congress and now the White House. How can you be conservative and justify wiretapping people without a warrant? We're supposed to be the party of personal freedom and civil liberties. Big brother listening in on your phone calls? I got a problem with that. Well, isn't that ironic? Now, you put these sons of bitches into office, and then you realize, oh my God, it turns out they don't mean well. Well, I did all these dirty tricks, and I came up with tapes that don't exist, and I helped Nixon and Bush get elected, and it turns out Nixon and Bush didn't have good intent. And it turns out that they do wireless wiretapping, warrantless wiretapping, sorry, and that they go and start wars they didn't need to start. And he says if you're a real conservative, you should be concerned about starting wars that we have no business in and invading people's privacy. Of course! Maybe you should stop fixing elections for them. Another thing I read in that article that disturbed me, whose campaign he ran? The guy that I always brag about, like, oh, when I was a Republican, I was a Tom Kean Republican in New Jersey. Who ran his campaign? Roger Stone. You read these things and you realize, man, this party, the Republican Party, is rotten at its core. So, even if you get Tom Kean elected, a seemingly moderate and sensible guy, who are the guys behind him? And who does he owe favors to? See what Stone did for Bush, because he owed James Baker favors. Tom Kean owes favors to Roger Stone. And what does he have to do to repay those favors? Nah, man, you look at that and you think, I'm not sure there's any Republican I'd vote for in the country. They got to re-earn that trust in a big way, and it's going to take a long, long time. But until otherwise given notice, I have to assume that the Roger Stones of the party are running it. And even the Roger Stones of the party are embarrassed about what has happened to the party. Unbelievable.